What comes to your mind when someone says, think of a weird TV show? How about Pangu? How about just about anything that airs on Adult Swim after 2 in the morning or so? Such as Eric Andre's show or anything like that. Just any of those weird shows that you just wonder who even made this, like some crazy person who even greenlit this. But then there's a show that I have no idea how it was greenlit, but I understand how it only ran for 6 episodes. But it has a certain weird charm to it that it's just one of those things where it's like a person with a bloody face. It looks weird and it just is something you don't want to look at, but somehow you can't just look away. And somehow you just even are fascinated by it and are just wondering just what happened with this. Like, who even made this? Like, what was going through their head when they decided, I'm going to do this, I'm going to create this? The show that I'm referring to is called Pompidou. Pompidou is probably the greatest show that you've never heard of. And it was created back in 2015 by someone named Matt Lucas. And fun fact, he was actually in the new Willy Wonka movie as a major role. And it's just kind of funny that he goes from his own TV show to actually being in a multi-million-dollar movie. But anyway, that's besides the point. It was created, and it only had 1 season. And for some reason, I don't know why, but the characters never talk. They just make very weird little noises. And I don't even know if they just write a script or anything. It's almost like they're just making stuff up as they go along. Like, take a look at this. They're not even talking.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very weird. I'm just wondering, like, what kind of show is this? Like, who is this made for? Was this made for kids? Was this made for adults? Was this, made for people who are fans of Mr. Bean or something? Like, is this where this is coming from? Because, I mean, but Mr. Bean is actually, he doesn't talk at all, like, at all. He doesn't even actually do anything. And these just rely on making weird little strange noises, and I mean, it just seems like maybe a toddler created this. Like, I don't know where this came from. I don't know what he was thinking when he made this, but this show is a slice of life type of TV show starring Pompey, I think that's the guy's name, his butler, and then a dog with realistic hair. I mean, I don't know. Just one of those things you're thinking, what is this? I have no idea. And you just go through certain random things, such as he goes to the hospital and because his butler like got a bird stuck inside of him or something like that. And I'm gonna try to find clips, but this show I've only been able to find like 1 or 2 clips because, like I've said, it's hard to find specifically because it's a British show. So I'm not in Britain, you know. And also because it's one of those rare shows that aired for only a season, so it's specifically hard to find, especially because hardly anybody has even heard of it, and the ones who do are just confused like myself. And other stuff that happens is a lottery. That's another episode where the Pompidou guy thinks he won a bunch of money, but I guess he didn't. It's just very weird. And another one, he goes on a date with somebody, and he's trying to do dating, I guess. I don't know, he's like using this fancy form of Tinder or some shit. And then he ends up just, going on a date with the woman who's actually helping him, like a dating agent or something like that. And he just ruins the date completely and just orders a bunch of food. It's just very weird. And there's also this running gag in the show where the guy, he goes, ah, poo, and he throws stuff for some reason. It's just a very, very, very weird, interesting show. And I mean, I'm not even criticizing the guy who made it. I've never met him. He's probably a stand-up human being. Seriously, I've never met this guy. Like, a lot of the times when people say, like, oh, you're criticizing this comedian. No, I'm criticizing their comedy or their creation. I don't know the person. I don't know anything. They could donate to the poor and like rescue dogs. I don't know. This is one of those things where you're thinking like, I don't know the person. I'm just criticizing or talking about their creation. So yeah, it's just a very, very weird show, and it just is so strange, I guess. It somehow tries to combine Pangu and Mr. Bean in a way, and it just somehow fails to do both. It's pretty weird, I mean, but somehow I just end up finding myself watching it from time to time, and you just wonder, it just, I don't know, it's just a weird show where you just can't help but stare at it just with a confused look on your face the whole time, you know? It's just like the thing I was talking about earlier. Like, you see somebody with a horrible injury and you're just wondering, how did this happen? What happened to them? And it's something I don't want to look at, but you're just somehow fascinated by it. It's just a very interesting, strange show, and maybe if I ever wanted to, I'd react to some of the episodes, but it's just a very interesting show. So, yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts on the show for a little while, and if you guys ever want to check it out, then maybe go ahead. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's just a very weird show. And just some of the time you're wondering, like, what is this guy even trying to say? There's barely any dialogue. Like, it's literally like, oh, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, the clip I played earlier, that's literally what the fucking show is. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. It's so strange. But yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts on this show, and yeah, it actually ends up being, you know, in a way, a weird show, but also a fascinating and somehow even maybe good show. Like, it's not an amazing show that I watch all the time, but it's somehow a good show in a way. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on it for a little bit, so I'll see you guys next time.